welcome to this edition of the Western New York Family Magazine podcast for April 2026. I'm your host, Paul Klein, owner and publisher of Western New York Family Magazine. Coming up in this episode, we'll be heading to the Summit Center, where they're getting ready to walk for an important cause. Plus, April is Stress Awareness Month. We'll talk to Spectrum Health and Human Services to get some tips on how you can help your child cope with stress and anxiety. But first, Shea's Buffalo Theater has announced its 5-Star Bank 2026-2027 Broadway series, and there is truly something for everyone in this lineup. Here to tell us all about it are Juliana Tracy and Rita Sirianni from Shea's, and the hosts of the Shea's Cast Party podcast. Welcome back to the show. It's great to see you again.
Thanks for having us, Paul.
Great to see you again, too.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. So we have a very exciting season coming up. 7 productions, and out of the 7, all but 1 are making their Buffalo debut. So a whole brand new crop of shows coming up here.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I feel like there's something for everyone, and we can't wait to see everyone in the theater for next season.
Yeah, it's truly a great season. You can't miss it.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive right in then. So coming up, the very first show of the season will be the Buena Vista Social Club, which is going to run from September 12th through the 19th. And this show is actually launching its national tour out of Buffalo. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to tech here, which means we're going to have the cast and crew here a few weeks before you see them in performances. So it's going to be nice to have the downtown area filled with artists and music. This show is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, especially with tacking a show, it's really cool because they're like putting the show up for the first time. So basically, anywhere else you see it on the road, it was built here at Shea's. So it's really exciting and really cool that we kind of are leaving our mark on this incredible national tour.
That's really cool, and that's a boost to our local economy here too. So there's so many advantages to have that tech happening right here in our area and in our city. So tell us a little bit about the show itself. I believe that it's about a group of Cuban musicians who are reuniting after a very long time.
Yeah, so it's like specifically about a legendary Cuban singer, and her name is, I hope I'm saying it as best as I can, Omara Portuondo, and she like re-enters the recording studio. So you're getting this fun, beautiful Cuban music, like in the heart of Havana. It's perfect for Hispanic American Heritage Month. So it's a really interesting story that I think is also a true story.
Yes, yeah, and I do know, like, just from the little clips I've seen of it online, there's a ton of dancing, ton of energy, vibrant. It's just a beautiful show that, like, I think Buffalo will be so happy to have in the fall. I think it will liven up a lot of things.
Yes, you'll be dancing in your seats for sure.
Yeah, the Latin music has that flair to it that just gets everybody moving, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The second show of the season, moving forward, is Alicia Keys' Hell's Kitchen, which will run from October 27th through November 1st. Now, this is inspired by the life of the musician, and it showcases her greatest hits, and it also showcases the people that helped her rise to fame and who inspired her.
Yeah, it's going to be such a great show because it's all of Alicia's hits. So you're getting Empire State of Mind, you're getting Fallen, you're getting No One, you're getting If I Ain't Got You, but all to this really wonderful coming-of-age story. It's a real treat.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a show that mothers and daughters should go see together because it highlights a lot of Alicia's relationship with her mother. Well, it's in the story of Alicia, but it highlights the relationship between a mother and daughter as you're getting older and growing up, and I think that's really beautiful for that to be shown on stage.
Yeah, you're going to have trouble not singing along. I'm just warning you.
Yeah.
Especially when Girl on Fire comes up, right?
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Great show for moms and daughters to see together. November 10th through the 15th brings The Great Gatsby. I don't think there's a single one of us who did not have that as required reading during our high school years. F. Scott Fitzgerald's classic novel, and this really captures the glitz and the glamour of the Roaring '20s.
Yeah, it's It's going to be such a fun show, and our marketing team told me a little fun fact, which is it's been 100 years since Great Gatsby was published.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
We got some nice centennial timing going on here.
Yeah, it's truly like this one is, I feel like, a feast for the eyes. Like I've seen like you mentioned the glitz and glamour. There's a ton of like I saw like tap dancing and like the snippets that I've seen of it, and it's a really cool show. Like you can't miss it.
Yeah, there's like another TikTok viral moment for New Money. So if you've seen, like you might have seen like a little snippet of it on your Instagram reels without even realizing it already.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a feast for the eyes. That's for sure. Just in time for the holidays, then, December 8th through the 13th brings Rodgers and Hammerstein's classic The Sound of Music, something for the whole family to enjoy together at the holidays. What can you say about this show that probably hasn't already been said before?
I mean, yeah, it's a beautiful family show. I mean, it's like you said, perfect for the holidays because everyone can come together. I know like My Favorite Things is always considered like a holiday song, so you could go in with that sort of tie into the season. But yeah, it's truly something for the family, and it's a classic, so you could all feel like nostalgic together, and just it's perfect.
And it's also fun because a lot of our like local schools have been doing productions of Sound of Music. So like even for the season announcement, some of the kids from Letchworth from their production of Sound of Music came and sang Do Re Mi
Yes.
with one of the Marias in the Broadway production. And so
that's
it's
cool.
very cool show. Very nice time.
Yep, you can't beat that one for the holiday season. Then going into 2027, February 16th through the 21st, this is the show that I am personally looking forward to the most. Death Becomes Her, which is based on the classic 1992 comedy film with Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, Bruce Willis. I can't wait to see how they stage this because I can remember seeing the film the night it opened in theaters back in the 90s.
I love that.
Yes. And at that time, the special effects in it were so groundbreaking.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you never saw anything quite like that. And with what they do to, I don't want to give it away, the effects that they put Meryl and Goldie through, but I can't wait to see how they reproduce that on stage and how they're going to pull it off.
I had the pleasure of seeing this show on Broadway, so at least from like the Broadway experience, I can tell you that it lives up to that. All those special effects live up to the movie. They're absolutely incredible to the point where I was sitting in my seat going like, how did they do that? And it also just it lives up to the campiness and the funny. Like it's one of my favorites I think that I've ever seen. It's so good. You cannot miss it. I keep saying you can't miss it, but this is one that like I was like rolling in my seat. I went with my mom, and she was like, "That was the funniest show that I've ever seen." Yeah,
I'm excited to see it. I can't wait.
Yeah, and like you said, the film is campy, but it's also got this very satirical point about it,
Yes.
about people's obsessions with youth and these impossible beauty standards to
Yeah.
live up to.
Yeah.
It has a message that I think is only kind of intensified over the years,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I think I said it on our podcast when we were talking about the season. It really like it has the humor, but it has the heart with that message. And I think it really like some of the songs in there like really help drive that like point home. So like you still have the funny, but you are still walking away with this message, and you're feeling like you can change the world a little bit with.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right. Very good. So there's some good special effects in that one and in the next one too. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child will run from March 31st through April 8th of 2027. And this show is going to be magical. It's based on it's a completely original story, actually,
Yeah.
not based on any of the J.K. Rowling books, but follows the series.
Yeah, it's really an interesting. It's so exciting how magical 2027 is going to be here at Shays between Death Becomes Her and Harry Potter. This play is going to be, when it was initially produced, it was in 2 parts. So you're going to see it as it is now on Broadway as one whole story. I do believe they're going to re-tech a little bit too when they get
Yeah.
here as well. So we're really going to be able to help aid in that magic. But it's a great story. It kind of, I don't want to give too much away, but it kind of follows Harry's children, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, but I can't drive home the special effects in this show enough. This is another show that I was able to see in Toronto, and just gasping. Like, it was like everywhere you looked, there was something magical happening, and so I think you'll really enjoy it.
And then wrapping up the season, June 22nd through 27th of 27, we have Operation Mincemeat, which I can't say without laughing
Yeah.
for some odd reason.
Which is perfect.
Yes. I mean, this is a show that actually kind of flew under my radar. I was not aware of it, but it was a huge hit and it won a lot of awards. And it's
Yes.
supposed to be an incredibly funny comedy.
Yeah, it's really snappy and clever. It's based on a true story as well, I believe. It's set in 1943, so very fun. And then I guess there was a movie that I didn't know about and my mom did that came out in 2021, and Colin Firth is in it. So,
The Mr. Darcy.
Yeah.
Yes.
and I think Matthew McFadyen, the other Mr. Darcy, is in it. So,
Is he really?
Yeah.
Darcy times 2. That's fantastic.
Lots of
So
Pride
lots
and
of homework.
Prejudice graduates.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Season tickets are currently on sale. And where can folks find more information about all of these shows and the shows remaining in our current season and some of the special engagements coming up?
Yeah, we got so many fun things coming up, including SUFs and Water for Elephants for this remaining season. And obviously, next season's going to be a blast. So you can visit us at shays.org, or we have so many lovely friends in the box office. So come say hello to them, and they'll help you as well.
Juliana and Rita, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Our pleasure. Up next, the Summit Center is getting ready to host its biggest annual fundraiser. We'll tell you how you can help when we come back. Get ready to lace up those walking shoes for an important cause. The Summit Center is getting ready to host its annual Autism Walk on Saturday, May 2nd. And here to tell us all about it is Janice Larson, chairperson for the Autism Walk. Welcome, Janice. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Paul.
So now, before we talk about the Autism Walk, tell us a little bit about the important services that the Summit Center provides to members of our community.
Oh, the Summit Center is an icon in the community. It's been playing a critical role in Western New York for 50 years or more, and it really does a wonderful job of serving children and their families who are working with the developmental challenges of autism.
Now, even in this day and age, there still seems to be a stigma when it comes to autism and some misinformation that's still out there. Talk to us a bit about why autism acceptance is so important.
Sure. Well, autism is really, as you mentioned, there is a big stigma about it, and we really want people to understand that autism is really just a different way of experiencing the world. It's not a limitation of someone's potential. It's really just another way of using that potential. And we want people to think of people with autism as feeling valued and understood, that they're experiencing the world differently, but it's also critical for them. And they don't need necessarily to be fixed. They need to be understood and they need to be accepted. And that's really what the Summit Center works very hard towards. We have the opportunity to work with children from the ages 2 all the way into adulthood, and we offer services for them to develop as well and as experientially as they can for what they're experiencing, and to offer back to the community. So from the young ages, they're learning all the necessary skills for living in the world and living with their families. And as they grow and become older adults, we have programs that they can then graduate into outside of the classical school itself that allows them to work in the community, to have the same experiences as anyone else, with retail and shopping and libraries and all the community activities that are available out there, and to be able to even function and support and give back to the community. So it really is an opportunity to accept and welcome autism, and then make the most of it for that person that's experiencing it.
You really do cover such a wide variety of services that not only help the community understand our friends with autism, but also help those children and those adults live up to their full potential as well.
Yeah, and Paul, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that the Summit Center also helps the families, and that's important too.
Absolutely.
Because they're working with those children and then those young adults, and the best that they can do to both help them grow and to also give themselves enough care and comfort is really important. And the Summit Center helps with that as well, with many of our programs that offer respite and training for those groups.
Such wonderful services provided. Now, registration is currently underway for the annual Autism Walk. What makes this event so special and why is it so important?
Well, as we were just talking about, one of the things that we really want an opportunity to do is both make people aware of what autism is and help them learn how we can help people with autism so that there's other ways of reaching out to people. And what's so great about this, it's really rooted in the community. So not only are we bringing families and the children together, but we're also bringing community partners, people that advocate for autism, people that support autism in their daily activities. And then we celebrate that, and we celebrate the acceptance, and you get an opportunity to celebrate with the families, with the children, with the young adults, and with those that are supporting them. It's really one of the largest autism events in the region.
Right.
And just being there, I mean, you just have to experience it. And we welcome everyone to come by and see us on May 2nd out here in Gettsville. It directly supports real people that you get to be with and celebrate with, and it really supports real programs. And you get an opportunity to see some of those in action on that day. So it's really important. And our goal is to raise about $325,000, all of which goes back into the many 20 or so services and programs that really help sustain those adults who are caring for those children and the children themselves. One of the things that we also do is we try and make it fun. So when you come to the walk, you get a chance to walk in what should be beautiful weather in May. And you also get a chance to play on the playground, to experience a lot of different activities that we have going on here, to meet and greet some fun characters, like many of the Disney characters that the children are very involved with, anything from that to the Wicked characters to all kinds of local communities, mascots. It's just a fun day. There's also plenty of food, lots of great activities, lots of fun celebrating things that are happening, and just a chance to be with other parents and other supporters that you come to rely on.
So not only will they walk for a cause, there's so much family fun to be had after you go and you pound the pavement for a little bit.
That's exactly right. And we know you're expending calories as you're walking, and we replace them with lots of good food and fun times for everyone.
Yeah, I'm sure the walkers will love you for that.
Oh, they look forward to it. And not only that, but you can also, by fundraising ahead of time as a walker, by signing up for the walk, you can earn great prizes for yourself. So the more you gather from other people that want to support you and donate to the cause, the better chance you have of winning things. We do everything from just raise $50 and you'll get a cute custom t-shirt that's fun to wear and show your support. If you go up to $250, you get a $25 Tops gift card, and we all know how important that is nowadays.
Oh, yes.
And at $500, we have a beautiful canvas artwork that has been made by our students that's just a gorgeous piece of art that you'll be very proud to display. And if you go all the way to $1,000, New Era has donated caps that are a great community reminder of everything we do and what they do, too.
So some wonderful incentives for participation there.
You just can't lose, no matter what.
Now, if people are unable to walk, are there other opportunities for them to contribute to the event?
Oh yeah, there are many other ways. Again, you can donate for someone else, or you can just go online and donate directly. We are always happy to take that. We would love to show your name if you would like to. Just visit our website, and you can actually see to learn more about all the different programs that are out there. And sharing the event on social media is super helpful too. One of the ways that everyone communicates nowadays, besides podcasts, is getting out there into the community through digital, responses and reaching out to others. And if you can see our post, talk about the program, talk about the walk, and forward it on your social media across all the different platforms, that's a huge help and helps us with our reach.
Absolutely. And what is the Summit Center's website where people can find more information about the walk and all of the important services that the organization offers?
Sure. Just go to a Summit Autism Walk. That's SUMMITAUTISMWALK.org. You can click on the Facebook icon. There's other social media channels that we're involved in too. An easy way to reach us. And then just to learn more about the Summit Center, just go to thesummitcenter.org, and you can learn all about our many programs, all our educational resources, and how we support adults and children with autism.
Janice Larson, thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciate it.
Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Just ahead, is your child experiencing stress? We'll talk about the warning signs you should look for when we come back. April is Stress Awareness Month, and over the past decade, studies have shown that stress in young people is on the rise. How can we recognize the signs of stress in today's kids, and what can we do to help them? Joining me now to talk about that is Shanice Mills, Program Manager and Supervisor of School-Based Services with Spectrum Health and Human Services. Welcome, Shanice.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. So let's talk a bit about the most common causes of stress in today's children and why stress in kids seems so much more prevalent today than in previous generations.
Yeah, so a lot of the kids deal with a lot of like overlapping pressures. It's different nowadays because back in the day, generations past, a lot of generations before, the stress just kind of stayed at school. If you experienced stress at school, it stayed there. You went home. You had to do whatever you wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, the kids have things like social media, technology. A lot of the kids deal with, there's some cyberbullying that could be going on. Some of the kids deal with like comparisons between other people online, unrealistic expectations, things that could potentially occur throughout the day, and it's not something that just stops or stays at school. So I think that that's definitely a huge concern for a lot of the kids today. I know a lot of schools are putting in place different measures where a lot of the kids can't access their phones or they're not on their phones during the day. So that's one thing that can be helpful in combating some of the stress that the kids experience when it comes to the technology or the social media.
Yeah, like you had alluded to, I was born in the late 70s, grew up in the 80s. And, of course there was bullying back then, but, when you got home was your safe haven. Mm-hmm. And now that bullying can follow you into the house now with devices.
For sure.
Now, what are some of the most common signs of stress in a child that parents should be on the lookout for?
So there is different types of stress. There's emotional forms of stress, behavioral forms of stress, and then there's also physical. But I guess to kind of pinpoint a little bit more on the emotional and the behavioral signs of stress, a lot of kids might experience increased irritability, changes in their mood. Some parents may notice like frequent emotional outbursts or crying. Some kids might withdraw or isolate from family and friends. If parents are noticing that kids are spending more time in their rooms, that could also be a sign that they might be getting a little more stressed. Some of the behavioral signs, if parents are noticing sudden changes in behavior, so maybe more or increased reports from schools are calling home just to say, hey, this is what's going on. It could be a matter of resistance or avoidance with school. That can also be a sign of stress. Difficulty focusing, difficulty paying attention. Those are all emotional and behavioral signs that are important to look out for.
And then how can stress manifest itself physically? There are physical symptoms as well, as you mentioned.
For sure. Difficulty with appetite or reduced appetite. Some kids struggle with overeating. It could also be difficulty or changes in sleep patterns, staying up later, having a hard time falling asleep. Oversleeping is also a concern. And that can also be a sign of depression or increased anxiety. Some kids will report that they're having headaches or stomach aches, and those could also be signs of stress, as well as changes in their energy levels. So if you notice that your child might frequently be very energetic, and that's a big change, you notice a big change in their energy, that could also be a sign of increased stress.
Now, it's no secret that parents can have stress of their own. And is there any correlation between the stress that a parent experiences and the stress of their child?
Absolutely. It's interesting to say, but a lot of kids can feel stress. Like, they can feel stress. And I don't think a lot of parents might realize it because, of course, in the moment, you're kind of dealing with your own things. But a lot of kids can definitely pick up on the stress. And kids also tend to model the way that they see stress being handled or managed. Some parents or maybe adults in the home might yell or raise their voices when they're stressed, or you might notice changes in their mood, and that can also reflect or impact the child in the home as well. When parents are stressed, that can also indirectly impact a child's routine. So it can impact their ability to typically carry out their day-to-day things. And then, like I said, a lot of the times kids can feel it, and they can tell a difference when, I don't know, it just kind of changes the dynamic of the household.
Right. So parents really can be a model for how the children can cope with stress as well.
Absolutely.
Now, if a parent thinks that their child is experiencing significant stress, what can they do to help them?
I think the biggest thing, I know it's difficult to say, but trying to stay calm as you can possibly be. And then also modeling healthy ways to manage stress, maybe helping the kids identify healthy coping skills or coping strategies, even if it's identifying things that you can do together as a family. Also being able to stick to routines or creating routines. I know summer is going to be coming up in a couple of months. And that's also helpful for kids to have a routine. Their biggest routine right now is school and being in school, and it's a positive outlet during the day. And it's good to have a little bit of a break away from the house. But with summer coming up in a couple of months, it's helpful to identify a routine for the child, identifying activities for them to do. It could be a matter of giving them additional responsibilities, maybe some chores around the house, getting creative. Buffalo, there's a lot of free things in Buffalo. I know sometimes even at the library, they do different reading things or different things with the kids. A lot of the pools are going to be open this year. So there's a lot of different things that parents can do to hopefully help minimize or reduce the stress in the household. And a lot of those things could be independent. Some of those things could be family related. There's just so much that can be done. But I think the biggest thing that parents can do is also remember to take care of themselves. A lot of times the focus is just on the kids and making sure that the kids are good. And in a lot of situations, sometimes parents forget that it's important to take care of themselves so that they can continue to be there and be great role models for their kids. And I think that that's just equally as important.
Yeah, definitely important for the caregiver to care for themselves.
And then also just making sure that they're listening and just being aware. A lot of kids, as we know, especially teenagers, sometimes it might be difficult to get them to talk about different things. So even just asking open-ended questions. You ask a kid, how was school today? Or did you have a good day at school? And they might say, yes, or it was good, it was fine. And then that's the end of the conversation.
Dig a little deeper and ask them what made the day special or what went wrong.
Yes, so those are things that can be helpful just to get them more comfortable and open with engaging in the conversation. And it also helps just to phrase the question in a different way so that the kid might be a little more open with talking a little bit more about their day. And it could also help to create healthier habits and also improve communication later on down the line.
All great advice for minimizing stress in our kids. Where can listeners find more information about the services provided by Spectrum Health and Human Services?
So I think it's also important, just to kind of go back to that previous question, to recognize when additional support is needed. We can be reached. Our website is www.shswny.org. Parents can also call our central intake number at 716-539-5500 just to get their child set up with an intake. We offer a lot of different services at Spectrum. We also offer support for the parents. We have individual counseling. We have youth peer support. We have wellness specialists. We also have medication management. We have a lot of different options, family support specialists. We have so many different resources here at Spectrum Health and Human Services. So I definitely recommend, if your child is in need of additional services, additional support, counseling, assistance with school stuff, definitely just give us a call. We have a couple of different locations that see children and teens.
Such important work you all do here, and we greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Shanice Mills, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. And that wraps up this edition of the Western New York Family Magazine podcast. For more great parenting information, pick up your copy of Western New York Family Magazine, available for free at all Wegmans locations, all Federal Meats locations, your public library, and at many of our advertisers. You can also read the magazine for free online at www.wnyfamilymagazine.com. I'd like to thank Shanice Mills, Juliana Tracy, Rita Sirianni, and Janice Larson for joining us today. And of course, thank you to you, our listeners. For the Western New York Family Magazine podcast, I'm Paul Klein. We hope you'll join us again next time, and until then, make every day a great day. The Western New York Family Magazine podcast is a production of Western New York Family Incorporated.